Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my little recap of the feeds of Big Brother Canada 9. Honestly, the last 3 days in the Big Brother Canada house have been fairly boring. I think a lot of it has to do with the lack of campaigning from Kyle and Austin. Last week everybody wanted to give Latoya shit because she did one day of half-assed campaigning. But Kyle and Austin combined have done about 0 days of campaigning. Maybe a half a day if you want to count a day. Today was the first day. Kyle and Austin did a tiny bit of campaigning. And Kyle only started to campaign after Rohan told him to do it. And Kyle, as an alternate and as an alleged super fan, you're just going out doing nothing. I mean, come on. I need people to keep the same energy they were giving Latoya last week. And let's be real, Kyle as a super fan, it's kind of disgraceful if he's allegedly a super fan to basically not campaign whatsoever this week, especially because last week Latoya didn't have a chance of staying, even if she campaigned hard. This week, everybody's so waffling thanks to, Christmas Jr. and them. There could have been a chance, but yeah, no campaigning. And speaking of terrible Tara, we call her Christmas. And honestly, it shocks me to say this, but I think that is an insult to Christmas to call Tara Christmas. That is how bad Tara is. Tara has just kept on trying to push this narrative about Tashawn and Jed that I talked about on the podcast. That is just all these microaggressions towards them. That they're just so scary. Oh my God, the big black men. And that alone is obviously awful. But then if you add the rest of her personality, which is just complaining 24/7 about something, like even Kiefer was getting sick of her this week in several conversations because she just kept trying to push Deshaun and Jed under the bus. Kiefer was not having it. I'm honestly so over her. I can't even watch her on feeds anymore. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like she's going to be going anytime soon. She's an easy out at some point, or she's someone you drag to the end and beat because that is just how fucking annoying she is. I'm just tired of white people using microaggression as gameplay. It's been 20 years of this on these shows. It's half a cast of diversity, but then you still cast people like Tara, who are just obviously full of hate, honestly. That's what I get from fucking Tara. So who is going? It's looking like Kyle is going. They had their little goodbyes to Kyle tonight because he basically gave up this week. Didn't do a whole lot of anything, even though people like Tara and Victoria and Beth, all these women that hate other women in this house were on board to get her out. And now they probably would not have had the numbers because I don't think Beth would have went behind Tashawn and Jed and voted out Austin. But all in all, Kiefer's week was successful for Kiefer for the most part. And Kyle looks like he is the next person out. That just leaves us with the little twist that they teased today at the end of the episode, the invisible HOH. Like what it sounds like sounds interesting. I think it would be better on a different season, and I'll tell you why. But it sounds interesting because it seems like either they're going to vote for an HOH, Canada's going to vote for an HOH, or they're going to do a competition that's timed that nobody else gets to see each other's scores until the end. Well, not until the end, just not all. They're not going to see each other's scores in this timed HOH competition, and the best time wins HOH and becomes the secret HOH that nobody knows who the HOH is. Now, in theory, that's compelling almost. But on this season, when there's allegedly two sides, obviously, if Tashawn, Beth, or Jed don't win HOH, one of those are the combination that's going up. Either way. So really just emboldens people like Tina and Tara to actually win an HOH instead of trying to get other people to do their dirty work so that they could actually put up Tashawn and Jed secretly since there are these Karens pushing for how aggressive they are, allegedly. And honestly, that is the move for the other side to make now that Kyle is going to break up another strong duo of men. But like the secret HOH, the invisible HOH, if this is in fact what it is, knowing Big Brother Canada is probably something absurd that's even more annoying. But this would be great for a season without sides because you know who anybody's going to put up. In a season that was a little more actual, like, I mean, on Big Brother, there's always an alliance dominating these days. But like honestly, it still would be for a time when like someone's not going to try and take a shot at the other side. Someone wants to take a shot at their own side. That is when this twist would be compelling because you don't know who's HOH. You could set somebody else up. So I guess that's the gimmick for next week. It's a good twist. I just feel like in this season it's not going to bring anything special. Anyway, those are my updates for today. Fuck Tara. And looks like Kyle's going home. Kiefer had a fairly successful HOH. He should come out of this not too big of a target, especially with this whole secret HOH, but we'll see if he finds himself a target next week.